So what's going on, man? So today I want to talk about unicorn. Now, unicorn is something that doesn't exist. It's in a fairy tale world. And the reason why I said that is because a lot of women are writing what I call a unicorn list. Guys that don't exist. You know, you got the idiotic list. Oh, I want a guy who's six something, making six figures, have his own place, have a nice car, and all that shit. And at the end of the day, listen, man, when you live in the reality that everybody else live in, you get to realize one thing, right? With a relationship, is something that you build as you go along, right? A lot of you are looking for ready done stuff, right? We treat people like commodity, right? We expect a person to come fully loaded with everything, right? People are not cars, right? Men are not cars. You can go to a dealership and tell the salesman whatever you want. You want heated seats, you want power window, you want AC, you want navigation system, all of that, and he can get you the car that have all the stuff that you're looking for. But in reality, you have to think about this. When you think about people, people come with their own stuff. And when you sit there writing that list, you're writing that I will never meet somebody's list, right? Because you have to be real with yourself, right? Because when you go out there and put stuff, you have to ask yourself, whatever you're looking for, are you that kind of person? Right? Because you can't, they say that a guy who makes $1 million acts different than a guy who doesn't make $1 million. The behavior and the attitude is different. What's your behavior and your attitude? Because most of you have a really shitty attitude and you have this queen shit attitude that you should just come around and the guy should just appear and everything should change. In a fairy tale world in Hollywood that would happen, but in the real world stuff like that doesn't happen because you know what? People come with their flaws, right? You can meet a guy that's in process, right? That means he's working a job that's not paying him a whole lot, right? But he's six something because you want a tall guy. He's six something, but he's not making a six figure. Now, because most of the guys don't come ready made the way you want them to, really mean that you're six something, or should I say tall, dark, and handsome, and making the six figures or $1 million a year, then you say, no, he's no good. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Are you making six figures? Are you making $1 million a year? I beg to differ. I don't think you're making that a year, but you're looking for a guy that makes that to deal with you, and you don't understand the problem. In the problem with that is we're all looking for stuff that we're not. It's like we're looking people to fix us. We're looking people to make us whole, but the bottom line is that's unrealistic. What about you? What are you doing? Are you setting yourself up? Are you doing something? But you can't go out there, or you can actually, because that's why most of y'all are single. You can't go out there and expect that you're gonna find this, and you sit there and write your unicorn list of stuff that you want your unicorn to be. But at the end of the day, you know what happened? Because there's a lot of women before you that were writing their unicorn list, and you know where a lot of these women are now? A lot of these women are in an old age home waiting to die because they wrote this unicorn list and they live and die by the unicorn list. So as a result, no man that comes around fit the unicorn list because they're writing a list that you write if you're doing a movie for a fairy tale movie. You know what I mean? Because in the real world, if you're looking to attract a unicorn in the real world, like I said, most of you are going to die single because you're not being realistic. Listen, man, fuck the list, man. The list is just bullshit. The list is just keeping you single. And if you're too ignorant, you will never see it. But if you're being real with yourself, you have to say that, you know what? The list is keeping you single. The list is building your dildo collection. That's what the list is doing. Because what happened is you're going to show up to your family function single. Christmas, you show up single. Thanksgiving, you show up single, and all the other family events, you're showing up single because you have this unrealistic expectations for people to meet. You have to understand this. All of that stuff is in your head, right? And when you're making unrealistic expectation and expect people to meet those expectations, you know what? You're going to get burned because you're not being realistic. You have to build as you go along. And the problem with most of y'all is you're looking for ready done. You're looking for something to come in a package. You open it up, you put in the battery, you press start, and it goes. If you're looking for a vibrator, then exactly that. You can buy a vibrator, it comes in a box, you put in a battery, you turns it on, and then yeah, you can keep you going, right? But if you're looking for a real human being, you have to understand everybody comes with flaws, man. And if you don't realize that and accept that, you can keep writing that idiot list because you're going to die with your idiot list. That means you're an idiot for following the idiot list. If you're going grocery, make a list. But if you're going on a relationship, don't make a list. Don't even make an expectation. Just go, enjoy the company, and try to make light of it. The problem is most of y'all going on a relationship expecting a proposal. That is some stupid shit, man. Like if I ever heard one, that is just stupid on all levels, right? You have to look at yourself and look at where you are. And when you look at yourself and see where you are, then you can start to say to yourself, okay, what do I need to do? But writing a unicorn list is a waste of time because you're never going to meet a man that like matches up to your list. Your list is just for yourself, not for people in the real world, because people in the real world are on a much different level. And because most of you are not willing to build as you go along, you're never going to find somebody, because you know what? They're never going to be a man that live up to your unexpected relationship list, because that relationship is just flawed in every levels. And this is why you keep doing the same shit and you keep getting the same result. And when the result stinks, then you turn around and you blame the man. It's never the man, it's your fault, right? And as long as you change yourself, like I said before in a previous video, nothing is going to change. You're still going to go into the same shit, the same relationship, and going through it over and over and over again, right? Do not make a list, because unless you're going to a grocery store, you do not make a list, because you're not going to find people who make a list. And because you most of you are just living and die by your list, you can see a guy and meet a guy that matches up with half or a quarter of your list, and even though you like him and you want to be with him, your list says no. And because your list says no, you end that relationship and you go back in the same shit. And the guys that you want to be in a relationship with are going to treat you like dirt, because you know what? You're dirt, so you're attracting dirt. So be real with yourself, man. Don't sit around and make an idiot list. Just get on with life. And if you meet somebody, try and work with them and see where it goes, because you know what? He might be the guy you end up spending your life with. So unless you start being real with yourself, you're going to keep on making the same damn mistakes again. All right, so that's what I want to say, man. I'm gonna drop more videos, so stay tuned. Until next time, it's my prerogative, so deal with it.